When you've completely finished punching, it's time to finish up the front of your work. Now you may notice that your loops are a little uneven, or maybe it looks a little bit messy, and that's okay because I'm going to show you how to get it looking perfect for display. The first thing I'm going to do is use an unthreaded needle, and I'm going to move any loops that are not where they're supposed to be back into place. When you are punching on the loopy side, sometimes your needle can come down or come through and go into another loop, almost like though those loops are hugging each other. So I'm just using my finger and my needle to just gently move those back into place. And you can do this on all the sections. If there's a line, like say this black line right here, I'm not getting as much definition as I want. I'm just kind of moving my finger in between those stitches and pushing this section of white stitches kind of back that way so that I can really see that line. Okay, now in a few other spots, I've got some loops that are sticking out way higher than the ones around it. And for that, I'm just gonna take my snippers and I'm gonna trim those. So I'm pinching my loop sections together since those are gonna be up off of the canvas. Kind of pinching those together. Pinch those, pinch the berries around, kind of pinch the feet, and just kind of move everything back into place. And this is part one. This really goes a long way into getting your project completely finished. And again, if you have any loops that are just a little too long, just go back and trim those. I'm pretty happy with that. And if I had any tails on the front that were left over, now is when I would trim those as well. Now the next thing we're going to do is give this a very gentle press. So since this is acrylic, sorry, found another loop I had to trim. All right, since this is acrylic, I do not want to hit this yarn directly with an iron, as it could melt the fibers. So what I'm going to do is put a barrier between the yarn and the iron so that it doesn't singe those fibers. And I have gotten this towel a little bit damp. I'm just gonna lay that over, and then I have my iron on a very low setting, and I am just going to do a very quick steam. This is not meant to be super heavy, not meant to hold it on there for a long time, just a very quick little steam, okay? And when I pull that off, you can see it pressed those loops down. It just helps everything look a little bit more crisp. Okay, now if you're not happy with the first press, you can, once those loops are a little warmer, you can go back and kind of squeeze things together, and you can do another. Just remember, we don't want to hold it on for too long. And I have my iron on a kind of a mid-level setting. Since I have the towel on here, I'm letting it get a little hotter than it calls for synthetic fiber, but I'm still not scorching my loops. Okay, and that is looking a lot better. So it just really presses everything down, and then when those loops are warm, you can just kind of move everything back into place the way you want it. And especially since this is meant to be hung on the wall and is not meant to be interacted with, giving this a little press is just going to ensure it looks great on your wall for years to come. So I'm very happy with that. Just give a little more few more little finagling touches. If I need to, I can still trim loops at this point. Can still move some things around if I need to. There we go. When you are all done punching, when you've gone through and trimmed up your tails, given it a little steam, it is ready for display. And I hope you love doing this project. I hope it's something that brings you joy every time you see it hanging on your wall. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at hello@theurbanacres.com, and we'll see you on the next project. Bye.